Hello everyone, and this is my weekend preview for the week starting of June 15th, 2015. And before we go into what I'm going to do this week, let's go through what I did last week on the channel and somewhat on the Twitch page as well. I did get a Twitch stream in playing Dead or Alive 5 last week on Thursday with a buddy of mine. For streaming that game, it's probably better to do live casuals than it is for doing online, because sometimes it's very, very hard to find people online to play with on that game and keep constant matches going. So that's what one aspect I always like about doing streaming, is trying to keep the matches continually going versus having one match and then you're kind of just sitting there for a couple minutes and then you got another one and then you're sitting there for a couple minutes. So doing the live casuals and practice with one of my friends was a far better way of going. So we did a couple hours of that over on the Twitch page last Thursday. Hoping maybe we can do it again this week on Thursday, where I can potentially stream, or I know more than likely I'll be meeting up with people to play the game on Thursday. I just don't know whether or not I'll be able to stream it, whether they're going to come over to my place or if I'm going somewhere else to do those casuals. And that was just the one aspect of, or the one area that I actually got to do something with Twitch last week. Again, I kind of kept it to one stream over there and focusing more on the YouTube channel side. You got the typical. You got on Monday night, you got the Monday Night Raw review. You'll get that. You also, on Wednesday, got both the TNA and the NXT reviews. I was able to get to both shows and watch them both, so I was able to review them both last week, and I got both those reviews up on Wednesday night. And I'm looking to do that again this week, but we'll go more into that when I get to that portion. Gameplay wise, I did a full Gore set in Killer Instinct, and I'll go off and say I got wrecked pretty hard in those games. I did not play all that well. I won a couple matches, but I was unable to truthfully get anything going at this point in time while playing Full Gore. So I might continue playing with the character to see where it goes, but if you watch that set, I get wrecked pretty hard throughout the entire set. So if you want to check that out, it's on the YouTube channel. I also got a quick set of Dead or Alive 5 Last Round in, playing Tina. And again, actually not again here. I lost the first couple matches, but then kind of picked things up and was starting to learn the character a little bit better, and had a good last 4 matches. And the only reason why I'm now doing 6 matches versus the typical 8 or 9 that I usually go for was because it was taking so long to find another online match. Like I mentioned before, it was really, really hard to find some online matches on there for Dead or Alive 5 Last Round at that point. So I just kind of cut it off at 6 at that time. It was just a slow night online for that game. And I was not able to find matches in a quick enough manner. So I decided to cut it off on 6. If I might revisit that one again in the very near future, because I liked playing the character Tina. I've liked the 3 characters I've done so far, and we'll probably try to do a set sometime with with maybe others, or with a mix of all 3 of them in there. So we'll see where that actually goes somewhere down the road here, of course, actually I did switch it up this week with my Call of Duty set and my weekly stream for that. Since the Money in the Bank pay-per-view was on Sunday, I did my Call of Duty set Saturday night versus doing it on the typical Sunday night that I usually do. So we'll get more into that here in the very later on in the video as well. And of course, as I also mentioned beforehand, Sunday night I got my Money in the Bank review up. What was it? I call the event as a pretty good one, mainly because 2 matches. Also, the Dusty tribute at the beginning of the show was also really, really good. So the show was overall decent in that case. But that is for something if you wish to watch the review and how I actually explain everything in there. Go ahead and watch the review. That's all on the channel, and that's pretty much everything that happened last week. This week, that is the main question. You go through everything from last week. The main question is what's for this week. Well, no WWE specials or pay-per-views, so nothing special going on that sense. So you will still see the Monday Night Raw and NXT and TNA reviews. Again, the fact that TNA's moved over to Wednesday, I have this potential chance of getting. I have this potential chance of getting both reviews done in the same night. So that kind of frees up another day or something in that sense if I want to do a video or something, or try to get a set of videos in. We'll see if that actually is the case this week where I can get both of them done in the same day. And we'll see what ends up happening in that time frame. Sunday, obviously, is going to be the return. I'll be returning Call of Duty to Sundays this week. It was just a quick switch over to Saturday because of the WWE pay-per-view. And I think I'm going to keep it that way. As long as there's no pay-per-views going on to review or anything on that, I'll keep it on Sundays. But when it's like I've got this pay-per-view, I also have the whole work. I have my whole job and everything. It kind of crams in way too much into one day, so I'll probably switch it over to Saturdays on the WWE pay-per-view nights. If I happen to get time and I can do it on the typical Sunday, I'll totally do that, but I'll also let you know when I'm going to be switching them over to Saturdays and when I'm going to be bringing them on Sundays. This week, Sunday for sure. Now, for the fighting game side or any other video side, mainly with the fighting game side, I have to go off and say it here and now. I know I'm not the best at fighting games, but I love going to tournaments. I love competing and having fun with that. So EVO's coming up in about a month, and I basically got to go in the character lockdown and only play those characters and continually practice with them and play and hopefully get better and at least do a decent showing at EVO this year. And that means one of two things. I either can do sets of videos for my EVO practice, or I can just practice and not necessarily do the videos, because the one aspect I truly like about doing the videos is the fact that I will be using different characters at all times. But if I continue to do it over the next month, I'll be in character lockdown. I have to do. I would want to be playing and practicing those particular characters in those games, and that's all you would end up seeing. You wouldn't see any potential new characters or new things towards that game. I would be practicing and hopefully showing off a couple maybe new things that I learned about the characters down the road, but we'll see where we go with that. And I can try to get something into there where maybe I try to show a few things that I've now learned while playing either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Dead or Alive or Killer Instinct or one of those games in any way. So we'll see if I can either A, get under the time to make some videos for that, or B, whether or not it's kind of up in the air whether or not I'll be making videos for the fighting games over that time, because like I said, I kind of like to do it where I'm using a new character each time, but that won't be the case here. But if you do see the videos, more likely you'll be seeing them in Mortal Kombat, Dead or Alive 5 Last Round, Killer Instinct, and Ultra Street Fighter 4. That's those main games that I'll be playing over that period of time. I do have a set of Unial that I could be potentially uploading to the YouTube channel as well. Through my first time ever playing the game, I found it to be fun, but I probably will put that on the back burner I'm not in the terms of uploading that first set of games, but I might put that into a back burner of actually trying to learn that game until Evo's over with. So we'll see where we go with all that aspect in there. Also, gaming side, I honestly want to try to get a Halo set in and potentially a Gears of War set, but that's all depending on time. I'm not going to guarantee those things this week. I'm just hoping to have a little bit of time to do that, and if I do, I'll try to get it in. So overall, in the terms of this channel, at least in guaranteed stuff, it's kind of the norm, the usual, the wrestling reviews and the Call of Duty on Sunday. I'm hoping to do. I'll leave it up to how you guys want to. Like I said, I have to go into Evo practice mode, and that's stick to those characters. And if you want to continue seeing those characters, I'll make videos for them. And if you don't, then I can kind of place that on the back burner for the next month and try getting videos up of different things. I'll leave that kind of up to you guys if you want to say something in the comments or in any way, shape, or form. So this week can be a potentially busy one. I'm gonna try, like I said, I'm gonna try to get a couple different games inside there to play for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoy everything that goes up this week. And I thank you guys for watching.